Cunnington for the dream start.
Welcome to another episode. My name is Dean Vassy. You can find me on X at #Kangas, Instagram #Kangaroos podcast. Tonight, I welcome back the girls, Jacinta and Claire. Girls, welcome back. And we are here to review another win over in Perth. I don't even know how much we won by. It was triple figures, I think.
100,
it was exactly 100. I know what I'm talking about. Just taking a piss at the moment. So it's just so easy for these girls, Claire. But I want to, before we get transition into that, let's start with the VFLW team. And back-to-back for these girls in a tough classic match against the Pies, a classic grand final game. Jacinta, don't know if you've seen much of the game. I think you mentioned you've seen most of it. But after losing the Pies twice this year, they were able to pull through when it mattered in a really tough match.
Yeah, honestly, after that, I mean, I don't actually know what they call that first final against them. Is it like a qualifying final? I'm not sure how they
qualifying. Yeah.
Yeah, so when they lost that, it looked like Collingwood probably would have had their measure, but then I don't know, they hit form, that semi against the was Williamstown, and then they smashed up on the Box Hill Hawks. So they kind of worked it out. But yeah, I only saw the last quarter of the actual grand final, so I didn't get the momentum swings that everybody was talking about on X and stuff. So it was a bit nervy, but they got over it. It's actually a really, really huge effort because that VFL comp, I mean, it started off pretty rough a few years ago. It was a hard watch, but now it's just growing and growing and growing. The skill levels are increasing, and the North girls have found another way. There's another flag. Just lock it up.
I mean, I think there's been a lot of AFLW players that have transitioned into VFLW as well, which is probably listed as standard.
Yeah.
Some players that, I think we've got Zoe Savarayan. We do have her in the VFLW, who showed a lot of potential in the AFLW program. I mean, Hannah Bowie plays for, I think it's Carlton at the moment. There's been a few others. So, I think the standard has lifted. And you start to see some young girls who are starting to play football now because there is the AFLW program. So they're starting to, play that instead of probably playing basketball and doing things like that. So it definitely has picked up a lot in the last couple of years, that's for sure. Claire, now, I know you watched the game. You were in Sydney. We didn't go together or anything like that. You were doing your own thing with your gals. But, I was telling you off air, I never felt confident in this game, even when Stella Reid kicked that goal right at the end. An amazing performance by her with 3 goals. It was generally a halfback flanker, but was pushed forward and kicked 3. Probably the real match fit winner in the course of the game, in the scheme of things. We'll talk about someone else that was a standout performer in that game as well. But it was ebbing and flowing a lot, Claire. And in the end, pretty lucky, but we'll take it.
Yeah, look, I'm not going to lie. I was pretty nervous. I saw we jumped out with a couple of goal lead in the first quarter, and I thought pretty confident. Then I switched off a bit and turned it back on. And it was a lot of ebbs and flows. I think the real difference for me was someone like an Alana Barber, who was able to win the Lisa Hardiman medal that day. She's actually won 3, which is crazy when you think about it.
She's played 2. Yeah.
She played with Essendon for 1 year as well, and she won a flag with them. So she's won it 3 times, and she's played a bit of AFLW. So, I personally would love to see her. If she's got the appetite, I would love to see her back in the AFLW landscape because I definitely think there's a space for her there. But when Stella Reid sort of stepped up and she found a bit of space because it was quite heavy traffic. I felt like, especially in the last quarter with heavy legs, it's quite congested and everything moves a bit slower. But Stella Reid was kind of the difference of being able to find some space, snap through the goal, but still, we still had about, I think, roughly 4.5 minutes left to play. So it was a long 4.5 minutes. But no, it was really good. It was actually the first time a VFLW team's gone back to back since the old days where Darebin, and I was actually at that 2017 grand final. Had a lot of AFLW stars now as well, actually, but I was still am a massive Diamond Creek girl. But no, they've like their seniors like our AFLW team. They've created a part of history going back to back, which is pretty amazing. And I don't know, I just think it's obviously the women's program that they've got at North from the VFLW to AFLW. It's the best in the business. It's the best in the country. And you could tell, and it's pretty evident on the weekend. And I really, really liked that the AFLW media team, North, where I don't know whether you saw on Twitter or socials. Did you guys see that the seniors were watching the VFLW grand finals?
They were cheering them on. Yep.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. I had no doubt that they would, because they were all rocked up to the game last year. But I just thought that was special. And again, it's easy to say that you're a one club mentality. It's easy to roll out the PR of that, but to do it with such authenticity and to really get behind it, I just thought was really special as well. So yeah, it was a really, really good weekend, and I'm really proud, especially considering that the girls, the VFLW team, had to do it from way back as well. They sort of had the long route into finals and were able to pull it off, and good on them. Like, beaten by Collingwood twice, but you beat them when it counts in the grand final. So any day that you beat Collingwood is good, but it's even better when it's in a grand final. So really happy for the girls, and I reckon someone like Renee Tooney and Brett Gooley. I think Brett Gooley is definitely AFLW bound at this point. If he wants his name in those lights, I think that he might get some call ups soon, because he's put it together a pretty good resume, I would have thought.
You'd certainly hope so. Even as an assistant, look, he seems to be, the way they played. I actually think Collingwood's. Now, this is just me. I don't watch it religiously, but I think Collingwood had the more talented team.
Yeah,
they looked a lot bigger, a lot stronger, but he was just able to switch a couple of magnets around, putting Stella Reid forward was a genius move. That Joy Jock kicked 2 goals as well. She's a real good focal point up forward. But Jacinta, Alana Barber, now standout performer for the game. 35 touches, 13 tackles, 11 clearances. The next best on ground was 22 possessions in the game. She's a big reason why we won this game. Claire, you already mentioned she's won 3 best on grounds in grand finals. That's Dustin Martin territory there. It's almost a bit surprising that someone of that quality can't seem to be in an AFLW team, or someone hasn't made the call, especially you see some of the standards and the quality. I watched a fair bit of AFLW over the weekend because I had nothing else to do except wait for Sydney Marathon. And I watched her and I thought, gee, she could get a game at most teams' midfield. It's a bit extraordinary that teams haven't really seen her or choose to ignore her.
Yeah, she stands out as well because she's really clean with the footy, and I guess that's that plays such a big role at that level, especially because they're all tough. They all stick their tackles, and she's a really great. She had 15 tackles or something on the weekend. She was
what do I have?
Huge.
13 tackles, yeah.
13 tackles, yeah. So she was huge at that as well. But then when she gets the ball, she doesn't miss very often. So I would be very surprised if somebody doesn't take a look at her. What she used to play for the Suns? Was the Suns and the Bombers? Was it Essendon?
Yeah, Bombers, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that teams would be crazy not to at least give her a call. I don't know if she's even interested anymore, but yeah, she deserves a shot. Probably it probably won't be with North, which is, disappointing because she's she deserves to be stepped up. But yeah, I really do hope for her that someone does that somebody's actually paying attention and they give her a call, because yeah, like you said, she would make most midfields, I would say.
Claire, I think she's at 23, 24 years old as well. Definitely not past her prime or anything like that. Probably still got time to reach her prime, which is only a good thing for her. Are you a bit surprised she's not on an AFLW list?
Yeah, I could say the only reason at this point is that she doesn't want to be on one.
It could be a possibility with work.
Yeah,
I think she's a paramedic. I think.
Oh, is she? Wow.
I think so. Don't quote me on it. I think I heard that a while ago, but yeah, okay. Don't quote me on it. So
yeah, and look, my sister's a paramedic, so it is hard to move that workplace. You don't get the same license if you move into state and things like that. But yeah, at the moment she would easily slot into a GWS midfield, as Gold Coast Suns. I think she could do a lot of a lot of, and even like, we talk a lot about setting standards and leadership, and the fact that she's won 3 flags, she has a bit of AFLW experience. That to me is so invaluable when you're building a club. So yeah, I'd love to see her at AFLW level. That being said, I'd like to go have a 3-peat of the flag roos as well. So
true.
From a selfish point of view.
Exactly. From a selfish point of view, I want to keep her in the blue and white. But yeah, look, she's a gun. It's really great to see the accolades mount for her. I know she's probably a team player and doesn't really care about that sort of stuff. But it's nice to have, and it's a nice reminder of how valued you are within the league. So good on her, and hopefully onwards and upwards for her.
Yeah, I certainly hope so. And yeah, look, we don't know the full story as to why she isn't in an AFLW list or anything. I watched Gold Coast on the weekend. That was a pretty hard watch. So they got Reece Shaw as their coach at the moment, but even he, like they did a 3/4 time, like the huddle, and he was trying to be as positive as he can. We didn't contest the possessions. We're doing all this good stuff. And they're 10 goals down or something like that.
I'm gonna put a no comment to that, Dean, just because Reece Shaw and I don't know. We'll see how that one works out.
Yeah, look, we'll definitely have to wait and see how that one does work out. Well, they've upgraded from Cameron Joyce. I think
that is true. That is actually very true.
What, they're just taking North sloppy seconds and hoping by osmosis that they become as good as us. Like, what the hell they're doing? I don't know.
I know they're taking the men's like sloppy seconds as well. That's the bad thing about it.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, take North women's sloppy seconds. Yeah. At least Sydney had the tenacity to go out and get Gowans.
That was a good get. Yeah.
Yeah. That was
Collingwood got Sam Wright, who's doing some good things. Collingwood.
Yeah. Not bad.
Look, he doesn't have much to work with, Claire.
Mate, he's still in the trade game. He's still got a. This is the thing that I don't have any. And again, not going to go to my ha-has. I don't have any sort of sympathy for inaugural clubs.
I agree.
You were gifted a license, and you spent 5 years wafting it and not doing anything about it, and you're not reaping it. So if you're a club like GWS, like Collingwood, I mean, Carlton, I think, have got measurably better. They have improved. But if you sat there wasting your license when other clubs wanted it and actually wanted to invest in footy, that's on you, champ. Like, we should have, realistically, we should have been let into the comp in 2017. We should have 5 more flags by now.
Well, it's fair to say we would have won a 2021.
Yes, that was
COVID year. Yeah, 100.
Yeah, we got screwed out of that one.
I find it hilarious that Freo thought that they were due for that win, and this is what we do to them on the weekend. That's kind of funny to me.
But, let's transition into the AFLW. Congratulations to the VFLW girls once again. Last week, Jacinta, we had our biggest win in AFLW history with a 72-point win. This week, we break that record, and we break the record of kicking the highest score in AFLW history right at the death, 100-point win. Their confidence is through the roof right now, Jacinta. And we talked off air. It seems to be a big gap between us and who's second, whoever that is, whether it's Adelaide, Melbourne, Brisbane. Brisbane looks shot. They look like they're cooked, but you never know. I guess they do still have a lot of ability in their team. But, I mean, it's us against the rest of the competition, and it's a fair gap, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you say that, and then if I think about if they had the North girls v a best of the other 17 teams, I still think North would win. That's at the moment, based on form, especially. Yeah. No, it was a really good watch on the weekend. They're just really, really smooth as well. I think just dominating everywhere. Every time there's a contest, even if it's a 4-1-2 Freo's way, you just thought, no, North have got it. They've sorted it out. But it's going to be quite an interesting watch just to see. I mean, I know the first few rounds teams are just kind of jostling and you're just trying to work out who's any good. So it will be interesting as the weeks go on to see who I guess could possibly maybe push us at this point. But at the moment, I don't even see a team, I guess, I don't want to say getting close because that seems like too much of a jinx, but I guess really stressing us out over the next few weeks. I think that's probably a good way to say it because we've got Brisbane next week after Collingwood, so I guess we can really see where Brisbane are at then because that will be 5 or 6 weeks in. But yeah, I am with you. I think that nobody really looks that hot at the moment except North, obviously. But yeah. I just don't even know what to say, to be honest with you, Dean. They're just they are 10 levels above everyone else at this point.
No, 100%. I mean, complacency. That was actually mentioned in the press conference. There's no complacency anymore. They actually didn't look happy winning by 100 points on the weekend. That's the standards these girls are setting. Claire, now it's important, in occasions like this that we be humble and take it 1 week at a time. But should they just give us the flag now? I mean, what's the point of playing the rest of the season? I mean, we've already won it.
God, the Oracle strikes. Yeah, look, I still am going to... I know we beat someone by 100 points on the weekend, but I think it's a week, and I think that's what the girls do. They do a week-by-week mentality of how they're going to sort of... And they even reset for finals, They even said last year, okay, we've done this part of the season, now we're moving into finals. What does that look like? So I think the thing for North fans to get pretty excited about is the fact that on the weekend they were still thirsty and they were still hungry. Like, you lost Jazz Garner on the second quarter and they still were able to sort of put on another 10 odd goals plus, because I think they kicked 6 in the first quarter, and then they had a bit of a stop start and Freo.
Well, they kicked 1-5 in the second quarter, but it could have easily been 8 goals or something, because 18 inside 50s to 0 in the second quarter.
And that's really what happened. It sort of reminded me of what happened with Essendon last year. They just sort of flooded, and there was no sort of defensive sort of attacking from Freo. It was just what stopped the leak, which was never going to happen. But to me, I think, I don't know, I tweeted it and it was so true, but when it was late in the last quarter when Bella Smith from Freo got on the end of a kick that definitely didn't go 15 metres, but that's okay.
No, it didn't. It went about 5 metres.
Literally, I was like, if that's over 8 metres, I'll go here for Tiggy. But anyway, she got it. She went back and slotted it. But my favourite thing was watching how filthy Libby Birch was. She was ropeable. And mind you, this backline has only conceded, I think, 7 goals for the entire year. But she was absolutely livid, and I think it tells me, and it tells you where the standards are with that team, is that they want to continue to win, they want to play the game plan, and they want to really put teams away. So I just loved the intent. I loved Isla Sheeran. I saw her. She started in the wing actually at the start of the game, so they've pushed her into that role. And I think then when Garner went down, she went and did some centre bounce attendances. But I saw Amy Smith, Tripodi's been running through. And they've pushed Gat between the half forward and also the wing now, which I think is interesting. But I just think North have a really amazing way. They're not so much playing positions as much as they all are runners. They can all be midfielders. They can just play to a really good system. They're very slick in the sense that, okay, Eliza Shannon is being rested, so we might put Sheila back and we could play her defensively, or we can put, Jenna Bruton. We normally play her in the half forward as an attacking, but we've got to slide her back because someone else is doing a rotation. So I think North is just so good at their system-based footy that it doesn't matter who goes down. And, of course, the GOAT is down for a couple of weeks, but I think they've got a really measured, smart system that means everyone is replaceable and the system kind of still stays the same, if that makes sense. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah, yes. Players are adaptable.
That's right, adaptable, flexible.
I think Isla Sheeran is a pretty good replacement for Jasmine Garner. She's no Jasmine Garner, but she's got a big body and she's got good skills. She can run all day. She's a very good recruit. And, still only 32, which is this day and age is 28. So still you get a few years out of her, which is only a good thing. But Claire mentioned the Jasmine Garner injury, Jacinta. Do you think it's just a swap of Isla Sheeran going in the midfield, and maybe I think Bella Eddy was pretty close last week. She probably comes back in this week, and they probably just work a few magnets around to fit her in, I guess.
Yeah, I think the midfield is. We could probably afford to lose a winger, and we could probably also afford to lose a mid. I mean, obviously, you never want to lose Jazzy Garner, but there's a few players that actually don't even get that much. Well, they didn't on the weekend, didn't get even that much game time. Like, I mean, you could even just put a Tripodi in there. She was only on the field like 60-70% of the time. Even Jenna Bruden can have some more spells in there. I mean, I know Amy Smith played really well along the wing, but even she's not even on the ground for more than I don't think she's ever been on the ground more than 80% of any game, to be honest with you. So yeah, they've got magnets everywhere. They've got options everywhere. Mia King played really well on the weekend, but she's another one. She could see more centre clearances. So I don't think that is too much of an issue. But I also think that the past couple of weeks, Garner's been spending a lot of time up forward. So I don't know if that was just to give that extra number while we had Bella Eddie out, or if it's just she's just exactly where the ball is at all times. I'm not sure if that was a deliberate thing, but yeah, that is not too much of a worry as long as it's only a couple weeks. I think we're okay. I'm not that worried about it. But yeah, the club said it's only a couple weeks, so yeah, if they need to give her 3, give her 3. They need to give her 4, give it to her. But yeah, that the commentators were really building that up as if that was probably like season ending. They were counting how many weeks were left. They were really stressing me out the way they were going on about it. So yeah, it's good to hear that's only hopefully a couple weeks, and then yeah, I think business as usual, no trouble.
Yeah, I mean, I think Claire, because it's a high ankle sprain, they're generally a bit longer with recovery. They can be more to the 3 to 4 weeks, which is fine. Yeah, there's no rush. I mean, right now it's more important that we have a prime for the last part of the season. I mean, she's not going to win the best and fairest anyway. The umpires don't give her votes, so that doesn't really matter. But it's more important that she's primed for the last 3 or 4 weeks and then going into finals.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, look, it's a bit of a North Melbourne captaincy law now. Like, we had Carney out for 6 or 7 weeks, and I hope that Jazzy isn't out for that long. But at the same time, it's pretty incredible that we're able to cover that depth of talent and that loss. And so if we need to do whatever it needs to take to prime her and get him ready and match fitness just before finals and gear up for finals, then I think that North have the luxury of doing so. And that just means we increase. I mean, Carney only plays 60% on the weekend, so you could up her across the half back. And then you could easily slide. Like I said, we're not, like Jenna Bruden only plays 70%. Amy Smith had a couple of centre bounce rotations. Tripodi, like, again, we are so deep. We bat so deep that I think we're very lucky to be able to cover that sort of talent. And I think, you know, looking at the score spread as well, we had so many midfielders chip in on the weekend. Like, I admittedly, we kicked over 100 points. But when you think about Shuren, Riddell, Mia King, Amy Smith had 2, Gaddy got on the board. Like, you know, Blythe Bogue kicked for herself, Randall, Sheila. Like, we have so many different avenues to goal as well. So I'm not worried. You know, I know Jazzy kicked 6 against Port the week before, but we're not reliant on those 6 goals. We can find different players to score. So yeah, I'd be looking to probably. I know Bella Eddie might be back this week, which is exciting. She could be the forward rotation, and we could probably just increase another midfielder or chuck, like we said, either Shuren in the middle and let her have a run, because she's probably similar to Garner in the sense she's got that bigger body and that tank behind her. And she did slip forward on the weekend and kick her first goal for the club, which is good. So yeah, it's just incredible the depth that North have, and it's a credit though to Croc and the crew. And when you think about it, we've still got Emma King to come back. We've got the Irish Amy Mangan, Gavin Mangan. She could easily.
She was emergency, yeah. But she was good in her first game.
Oh, she was a gun. Like, she was, and then we've also got the ruck in Ariana Hetherington as well. So the stocks are there. I know Ash Riddell, it was hard to keep her away from the pill on the weekend. She had the 90% on ball. So I don't know how they'll manage her. They might keep her at that, seeing as though she could run out the game pretty well. I mean, no one's. I do think that probably Ireland Shuren and Ash Riddell are probably our fittest, alongside maybe a Gaddy and a Tess Craven. But I wouldn't mind seeing like a Tess Craven do more centre bounce tendencies just to see if she. I know she's a really good wing, but I think out of all the young kids, I think her awareness and her like where she stands around the ball and how to get that outside movement and transition, I think she's top tier. But yeah, look, we're very lucky in the stocks that we have, and hopefully when one goes down like Carney, we just replenish. That's kind of the North way, isn't it?
No, it definitely is. Just on that, Emma Carney in a return game just in it. 22 touches, 435 metres gained, 6 scoring environments. Not a bad return. Probably a statement game, considering I said Eilish Sheeran was an upgrade on her.
She listened to you, Dean.
Yeah,
she took that personally, Dean, I reckon.
Well, I seen her at the airport, and I spoke to her, so she didn't seem like she, knew anything about it. So that's good.
That's good.
No, I think she's just got too much manners for you, Dean.
Well, clearly she's a nice girl, so I feel she's a nice girl anyway.
Yeah, no, she was really good, especially I think that first quarter it was just like the grand final all over again. She's still got the run. I mean, what did she have? Ended up with 22 touches. She always makes the right decision. She's good by foot. There's really just not that much you can really say about her. I mean, she just slots in as if she's been there all year, which I mean, I guess that's what she just does. That's just what she's done for her whole career. I think even managing her minutes, I think is also a good thing. So I think she only played 50-60% of the game. So I think
it was 60, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's a good call by the club as well. I don't know if that changes with Garner coming out. It probably doesn't, to be honest, especially because she's along that half back line. But yeah, she's another weapon. I remember a few years ago when when we first put her half back and we were struggling a bit in the middle, and I just remember just screaming like, put Carney in the middle, put her in the middle. So it just feels like we've come such a long way to say we don't. She would maybe be like 5th or 6th like backup option to put like into a centre bound. So I think we've come a really long way. So it says heaps about her. It says heaps about the club, but yeah, it's just so good to see her back out there. I love when she takes a bounce of the footy. I actually think she is one of the most natural bounces of the footy. I don't know how to explain it. As opposed to the Irish girls, I know
Jesus, looks
a
awkward,
big
doesn't it?
comparison. Yeah, but she is just a beautiful bounce of the footy. I don't know. It's a really niche thing, but I just think, yeah, she's stellar at it. Yeah, I'm happy to have her back.
No, she doesn't look like she's lost a step. That's for sure.
No.
I mean, I guess she's getting to the age now, Claire, where she is getting a few soft tissue injuries. Last year was a bit different. I mean, 3 games in 8 days, I think it caught up with her. In the end, someone was always bound to go down, especially playing in heavy conditions like we did in those three games. And this year she did a calf in the pre-season. So, I mean, that's probably the only thing. We probably do have to manage her a little bit and maybe keep the game time down, because at the end of the day, Claire, we still need her for finals, and that's where the game's at. And I mean, that's the most important time to have her. There's no point playing at 80-90% of game time when we're already winning by 10 goals most games. You can sort of manage her through the season and manage her through the games.
Yeah, I think if you even think back towards, I mean, she's an inaugural player, so she captained, or she definitely played at Western Bulldogs in 2017. So she's played 10 seasons, plus back in the day when she was playing VFLW, that counts as well, because the slog and the hardness of that game, you could easily add another 5 to 6 seasons on her. Plus, we also know that she's a cricketer, so she's done it all, this woman, and it's so fascinating that she's still so hungry. Like, she still wants that level of success, and even in the presser on the weekend, she even said that. She's like, all these records are well and good, but it's one flag. We've achieved one flag as a club. So, and you can kind of just tell that she's just driving that sort of legacy that she wants to build. So again, it's sort of, when one captain goes down, it's funny how Carney and Garner have played a bit of a flip flop from 2024 to 2025, and I do imagine that Ash Riddell and Jazzy Ferguson and the leadership group will stand up, but I have no doubt that Carney will be chirping up as well. I think they look to her to drive a lot of the defensive standards of that team and a lot of the transition ball. But no, she's a warrior. She'll go down as an Arden Street hero. She's our first ever premiership winning captain of our inaugural flag. So incredibly important player. And yeah, like you said, Dean, managing her and getting some minutes into her, but also understanding she's 35 years old. There's a bit of soft tissue there, and let's keep her cherry ripe for the pointy end of the season, I would have thought.
100%. Is there a more fun player to watch than Blahim Bogue, Jacinta? I mean, you've talked about it before. 4 goals and 3 goal assists. Not a bad recruit, isn't she?
No, she is so good to watch. Even the commentators seem to love her. So that's something, considering they don't love many of our players. It seems.
They don't like anyone.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's it. No, she is so good. She's so dangerous up forward, and she's just so quick. She's another one where I think if we had the need, she could also be chucked on a wing. But obviously we don't need that at the moment. But yeah, no, she is good fun. I love anyone Irish that we bring to the club. They just turn out to be stars. So that works. I think, she kicked 4 of her own, and then she had a couple goal assists, a few score involvements. Everything she touched just honestly turned to gold. So it looks like she's had 15 touches, and then half of them have turned into scores. So yes, everything she does, it works out well. I am excited to see where she goes this year, because she honestly, obviously nobody picked her to win our goal kicking award, did they? Because she's going to come close, I think. So yeah, that's huge. That's really huge for her.
She's leading with Jazz Garner, I think, at the moment with 7 apiece. So yeah, but I mean, there's going to be about 7 or 8 players kick about 15 plus goals the way it's going.
Yeah, that's a really quick 7. Considering Bella Eddie played just about every game last year and only kicked 10, so yeah, they're moving really quick this year. They definitely are.
Yeah. No, they're kicking goals for fun at the moment.
Yeah.
I think Lisa Lachlan only kicked 1 on the weekend, but she could have easily kicked 3 or 4.
Yeah, so, she missed a few.
Yeah, missed a couple of set shots, but nothing wrong with that. Ash Riddell, back-to-back 40 possession games. I think, hate to say it, Claire, but she has to be a chance for the BNF award this year, not the North Melbourne BNF, but the competition BNF award.
Yeah, I was actually talking to a friend about this. We were saying that, unfortunately, the silver lining to Garner's injury is that Ash might have a bit of clean air. And 40 disposals and a goal on the weekend's probably going to help that. Look, it's fascinating, because I thought when Garner did go down that she would lose a bit of, because they're best mates, a little spring in her step, but it seemed to drive her even further. But yeah, she's just incredible. Like, they caught the red eye home, and then she was back in the classroom the next day. So she's just the ultimate professional. I kind of laugh when, they say, people are very jealous of our hard work and our ethic and our commitment to the game. And it's sort of like, yeah, well, not only is Ash Riddell getting 40 and kicking a goal, she's also rolling off the red eye to go teach as well. I think that just is a testament to what an extraordinary human being she is. She's an athlete. She's a full-time teacher. She's doing it all. So I really do hope, with Jazzy being potentially off the park for a couple of weeks, that Ash can pole. But that being said, I don't think she's the type of person. She's kind of like Jazzy. I don't think that an AFLW best and fairest would bother her much. I think that she knows internally how important she is to the club. But I would love to see a North Melbourne person win it, and we know it can't be Jazzy, so let's make it Ash.
No, that's true. Jacinta, I mean, the only concern is probably Emma King has got to come into this team. I think she might be back this week. I'm not too sure who she comes in for. Do you have any idea? Because Bella Eddie will come in for Jazz Garner. That's a straight swap. I mean, move a few magnets around. But Emma King, I mean, she's the best 21 player. She has to come in. I don't know who she comes in for.
Yeah, that is quite a problem. I would like to say I want to say we leave her out, but I also don't want to say that. But I think we just keep going the way we are, and then in a couple of weeks you rotate Rennie out and you put King in, and you just see how it goes. Which one Which week we win by 100 points and which week we win by 110. I think that's what you base it on at this point, because that is really, really rough for Emma King, because she is definitely a best 21 player, but I don't know who she can come in for, unless she just plays up forward and just
Do you reckon
maybe
would you rest her for Sheila?
that could be the way to go, even if they just play in both and manage
Kingy in for
minutes.
Sheila. That's what I would do personally.
Yeah.
Because then you can give, like, Sheila's 33, mind you. Maybe
Yeah.
she's a bit older.
No, she's
actually.
older than that. She's just pretty much the same age as Emma Carney, like
okay.
34,
So
35.
Okay, so I personally, sorry,
I'm gonna look that up. You keep talking.
Yeah, sorry, Jason, I've taken over.
No,
I was just thinking about the natural sort of selection there, and I would have thought maybe rest Sheila for a week. Let the old girl. I say that respectfully. I'm 34 myself, so I'll let the old girl put the legs up for a week and give King a run in that forward. Because then when you think about it, I know the Pies did a really good job taking it to D's last week, but I think if we can get Emma King out there for, a game time of roughly 60% plus-ish, and then rotate your Bogue, your Randall, and then have your small forwards in, like, Eddie, because she's returning as well, Gat, Jenna Bruton, those sort of players, I just think I'd be tempted to push Kingy through in to just get a bit of match fitness behind her as well and ease her in. The club was never really... Was the club transparent with what her injury was? Did we find out what it was?
Did they say hammy? Did they say a hamstring?
Well, there's no injury report for her this week. I can't remember.
Okay.
There was a soft tissue.
It was
injury.
pre-season, wasn't it? So
yeah, she hasn't played this season.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Okay. So, I'd probably give her a small amount of time in that forward line, rotate her forward. She can pinch hit maybe on the half forward line, and let Rennie, kick back in the half back when she's doing that, and then chuck her at 60%, because she's important. Like, she's obviously a very key member of our premiership team, and it'd be good to rotate her through. She's only 31 years old as well, so it's not as if still young relative to the game, but anyway, I'm sorry, Jacinta, I took over your question, but
I think you actually made a good point, especially with Bruton as well, because I think we're going to have to manage her, I think, this year, because she's so important.
she's a good player.
So I think she's another one. So I guess between Sheila and Bruton, although Sheila, I don't think she even had a rest last year. She played every game, didn't she?
I think she missed 1 week. She
missed 1 week. Was she omitted?
It was a rest. I think it was one.
Rest.
I think it was that midweek game.
Oh, right. Okay.
Was it against Carlton? I don't
know.
No, maybe
she missed one of the games during when we had the 3 and 8 days.
Yeah.
She got rested in one of those games. So
okay.
I remember talking to her on a podcast, and she said, she might have had like a little niggle or something like that. And she just missed one.
So she doesn't sound like the type that will take kindly to having a
she won't want to sit out.
No. Yeah. So ideally, you play her with King, like you said, and you just rotate them around. But the original question, Dean, of who Emma King just comes in and straight up replaces, maybe you should take it, actually.
Me?
We should just reverse card.
I think, like, in a month's time, when push comes to shove and you want your best players, I don't know, or maybe a month or in the first week of finals, I think she'll be in for Kim Rennie. I think Kim Rennie misses out.
I don't. That's crazy.
Well, who else do you take out? I think Kate Sherlock can play as a second ruck.
That is insane, because if you had asked me on the weekend who our most important player is, I say Kim Rennie, 100%. Like,
really?
Yeah. I watched, I did this thing where every season I'd will pick 1 or 2 players that I really just want to hammer in and focus in on. I think Kim Rennie she's the difference between a new ruck to the game, a 25-year-old. Like, Matilda Schultz is obviously getting a lot of praise at the moment, and she should. She's a gun, she's young, she's hungry, but Kim Rennie's awareness, her tap work, she followed up with a couple, sometimes she plays as a 4th midfielder in that. I think she's a gun. And don't get me wrong, that's not to take away anything from Emma King. I just think Rennie's got better, which is crazy. Like, I mean, they've all got better. Like Amy Smith, Gap, Craven, like they've all actually stepped up and got better. But on the weekend and the past couple of games that I've watched them, I just think Kim Rennie is insanely good. And don't get me wrong, I think Emma King as well is. I just do not want to have that. To have these selection problems now is only a good thing, but I wouldn't want to be crocked towards the end. But I think Kim Rennie, apart from Garner, obviously, is our probably most important player. Then Jazz Ferguson as well. I don't know, but she's up there, I would say.
Don't you think that Emma King, I mean, I agree. I think Kim Rennie's probably better like on the ground and probably in the ruck, but don't you think because Emma King's such a good forward that, I don't know, I guess you can maybe do more with her? I don't know. You can fiddle around with her a little bit.
Yes, but I think Blythe Bogue now, who's come in, she's 175 centimeters. I think that's correct. I'm correct in saying I'm just looking at it.
She's bigger than what I thought. She's taller than what I thought. Wow.
She's 176. She's quick.
Wow.
I love Kingy. Kingy isn't quick. We love her, but she's not quick.
Yeah.
And she's a baby giraffe. Like, as in she can't bend down as much and get that ground ball. Where you watch Vicky Wall and Bogue work together and do the ground ball gets and those little extra 1%ers. At the moment, unfortunately for Emma King, Bogue's taken her spot forward and Kim Rennie, I think, is smashing the ruck. So the need for an Emma King is sort of questionable, dare I say. Like, don't get me wrong, I want her in the team and I want to rotate her through and make sure that she's match fit. But we're so lucky that we bat so deep that I just think we've been able to find upgraded versions of the roles that she brings to the team, if that makes sense.
I'm just really stuck on you saying, I can't believe that Bogue is 175, so she's bigger than Randall.
Well, she's 176, actually. Yeah, how big's Randall?
What, 172 or something?
Is she? Nah, she's got to be taller than that.
Nah, Randall's taller than that. Let's have a look at Randall. I reckon Randall's 180.
Well, that's what I would have thought, but I don't know.
She's 175.
What?
So they're the same size.
Is she that small? Jeez.
Jeez, that is small.
That really shocks me. That really shocks me.
That can't be right, surely.
Well,
175. That's smaller than me. Like, I stood next to Kate Sheila at the airport, and she's quite tall. She'd have to be 190.
Yeah,
I reckon. 180s, I think. Sure. I don't know.
King's the tallest with 187. King's huge.
Yeah,
186. Jeez, how short am I? Kate Sheila towered over me. She's only 186. She looked a lot taller than that.
But she doesn't seem that much taller than Randall. Like, she doesn't seem 10 centimeters taller.
No, she doesn't. Maybe we undersell Randall. Randall's sort of playing as a medium forward, but we think that she's a tall because she plays with such tenacity. I don't know. It's all. That's
really thrown me because then Randall's in the ruck.
Yeah, Randall pinch rucks.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I don't know if it's wrong or what. I don't know.
I just think Randall also is very smart in the sense that just see on the weekend, just grab the ball from the ruck and
that's true.
She's also just a smart player as well.
Yeah, she does. Yeah,
she's strong. Yeah, she's like a tomahawk.
100%.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, that's a good comparison. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's probably, and I guess like again, not to be rude to the league, but she looks taller because the women in the league. Let's even have a look at how tall Jazz Ferguson is. I have no doubt Jazz Ferguson probably gives away a bit of height, even though she's such a good defender. Like, Libby Birch isn't that tall. I wouldn't say Libby Birch is big.
No, I wouldn't either.
Sometimes it's not necessarily the height matchup. It's the, okay, let's go, Libby. I reckon I'm 171, 173 if I've got heels on. But,
oh, wow. Okay.
Okay. Oh, actually, that's...
Yeah, Blatheen Bogue's 176, so same height.
So she's actually a tall forward who plays small.
Okay, how crazy is this, guys? I know this has turned into a how tall is
I
know. Libby Birch is only 1 centimetre shorter than Blythe Bogue. She's 175.
Wow.
Yeah, she does look tall.
Does she? She doesn't look tall to me.
No, she seems like a mid-sized defender to me.
Exactly. It's exactly what I thought. Yeah.
Oh, wow. What is going on?
I know. Now I'm looking at Jasmine Ferguson. Surely she's tall.
See, now we just don't trust our eyes.
No.
Yeah, no, she'd be 173, I think, Jazz Ferguson.
Jazz?
Yeah.
You know who looks tall? Isla Sheeran. She looks tall.
She does look
Oh,
tall, yes.
Yeah, she is tall. She'd be close to 180.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Love this
The lack
podcast.
of faith I have.
If you're playing on
she does look tall. I don't know.
Oh no! Oh my god, this will freak you out. Okay, Isla Sheeran is shorter than Libby Birch. She's one.
No.
Well, that's what you know. What we need. Sorry, North Melbourne. If you're anyone,
I don't trust these heights.
Neither.
Yeah,
do I,
can they redo them, please?
Ferguson 175 centimeters.
Nah.
Well, that means okay. Put it this way. That means Ferg is taller than Isla Sheeran. Sorry, that's not.
No.
That's cap, as the kids say. That is cap.
I question these these centimeters at the moment.
Oh, I think Sunday, somebody line them up.
Yeah, someone get the tape measure out. Just
Yeah.
I'm gonna run out of the ground after the game and just measure them. I'm gonna get
back to back, everyone.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll listen to me.
I to give this some warrant, and this is years ago when it first started in 2017. One of my really good mates got drafted, and this will tell you how right the statistics are. So she was pretty overweight at the time. We called her Foz. She lifted a few. Anyway, she told them she was 72 kilos. She was 78.
Oh wow!
Okay. Well, you're not going to
I'm
put
good on her.
weight in
Good
anymore,
on her.
are you?
Yeah, she literally was like, nah, we're not. And then like the year after, they stopped doing skin folds. She was pretty happy about that.
Oh, well done. She played that so well.
I was like, yeah, I wouldn't tell them I was 78,
Nah.
babe. Don't worry about that. So look, all I'm saying is, Isla Sheeran, I love you if you're listening, but I do not think you're 174 centimeters. I think you're taller, babe. 100% you're taller.
Yeah. Oh, she looks tall out on a football field. I don't know. Maybe it's her posture. I don't know. Like she stands up really straight. So
yeah, I guess anyone.
Good player anyway.
Anyone looks tall against Ashradale, don't they?
Oh yeah.
Oh, they've probably got her at 185 centimeters. Who knows?
Yeah,
Claire,
let's see. She's knee height to a grasshopper. That woman.
Yeah, she is small. Yeah,
she's tiny.
Yeah,
she's a tiny girl. Anyway, we should probably get how tall is this?
Yeah. Sorry, Dean. Sorry.
No, I was googling everyone then, like trying to find out their heights and stuff like that. I was thinking, there's got to be height difference. It all started with Wahin Bogue, how tall she was, and then
that's just really
went on a tangent.
Me so bad.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You can play that game with the girls when they come on. You know how you played that quiz?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll say who's taller.
Please fact check.
I can't have Ballaretti and Jasmine Ferguson saying who's taller between you two.
Like, that's I mean...
Yeah, there's no point in that. But
no point in that one. But you could do like, who's taller, Ballaretti or Ashradale?
Yeah,
it wouldn't be much difference, maybe a centimetre or two. So, anyways, we'll move forward. Are the Prize a threat this week, Claire?
Look,
they were actually all right the other day.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yesterday, Sunday, sorry.
Yeah, fair crack to them. I think, especially given Ruby Slasher, the captain's out, Geordie Allen's still out. I think Bree Davies. So they had some real key players that weren't on the park, and they really took it up to the D. So I think I'm interested in, is it Remos? She played a really good game for them. Little Ailey Runnels, who's moved over from Perth. She's a Diamond Creek girl. She's playing the wing over there. So, look, I think they'll have a crack. But as we know, Dean, I think all it takes is for North to play, 5 to 7 minutes of decent football. And it's pretty much panic stations for the other team because they know that we can score pretty heavily and pretty quickly. So I hope to see a bit of fight from the Pies. But I do think North they've got too much scoring power. They're a pretty potent mix with their goal spread from the weekend, and I think they'll be looking to really make some strides into the season. So yeah, I'd say North by a fair few this week. And it'll be interesting to see with like you said, maybe Bella Eddie coming in straight in for Jasmine Garner, and we'll see how that looks like on the park this weekend.
And Emma Kim possibly as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Jacinta Sam Wright, a former foe of ours. He might have some inside knowledge, but I seriously can't see. And this is nothing against the Pies, but I seriously can't see him getting close this week.
No, for once, I'm actually with you, Dean. I'm pretty relaxed as well. Um, yeah, but they did play well against Melbourne last week. But I was watching with a friend, and we both just said Collingwood, they just look like, I don't know, like smaller. I don't know.
Yeah, they do look undersized.
Yeah,
We
that's
were
what
talking
it
about
is.
centimetres before, but they wouldn't
Yeah.
have a player over 170 besides
I don't want
Frederick.
to. Yeah, I don't want to start that one again. I don't. But
No.
they do. They look undersized. I
Oh, yeah.
think that our midfield is just going to beat them up. And considering um, our smaller looking players are actually huge girls like Vogue, yeah, I think that the Collingwood, they will get crushed. But I do actually like a few of their players. I mean, I like Sarah Rowe. Obviously, I like Centra. Um, but yeah, I think a minimum we should probably win by 6 or 7 goals. To be honest with you, I am on that bandwagon. I mean, it is only Tuesday, so maybe in a few days I'll switch back to only a couple goal win. But for now, I'm pretty relaxed about it. I still have Sunday's game pretty firmly in my brain. So yeah, I think it'll be a nice, comfortable win for us.
Yeah, I guess, Claire, the only issue is, I mean, and this can happen, especially going into the season. Like, start of the season, everyone's up and firing, and we've had some new players come in that have added a lot of freshness to the squad. But I guess a little bit of complacency can come into the equation. It's human nature. I guess that's the only way that Collingwood probably could keep it competitive is if we do show a bit of complacency and probably take our foot off the pedal just a little bit, maybe 10, 15%. So, but other than that, I mean, it should be like if we play anywhere near the level of last week or even the week before, then this could be a cricket score again.
Yeah, I think it just Collingwood are a very different stage. They're almost in, a bit of a rebuild themselves, and trying to sort of even rebuild and rebrand. As much as I thought they did a decent job on the weekend, they also give goals away to low clubs like GWS. Like GWS kick 4 against them. So I just think it's going to be one of those factors where, even if North are off by 20 or 30%, they have a period where they put in 5 to 6 goals and they can sort of see out the game. And I'd be fascinated to watch Ash Centra because I've only watched her in the opening round game. But look, someone needs to get into her ear and tell her maybe if she wants to win a flag, she needs to jump ship.
Yeah, I'm for that. Yep.
Hopefully, because I wouldn't mind a bit. I think on the weekend it got a bit fiery. Vicky Wall had a bit of a biff, or there was a couple of words exchanged, which I thought was funny because if you're down by 90 points, there's not much you can say to your opposition. But yeah, I'll have close eyes on Centra. I think it's interesting in AFLW because North have, I think, hit all their recruiting targets. When you think about what they've been able to do with Birch and Sheeran coming across, and then the Irish and Vicky Wall and Bogue and
Mangan
players
as well.
like
Eric
exactly.
O'Shea as well.
Eric O'Shea, Gunn, and you think about that recruiting process, and you've got the number 1 draft pick having a front row seat. So it's, for me, I guess it's about a win on the weekend. It's also North at the moment are advertising themselves, and they advertise themselves every game. So I'll be fascinated to watch Ash Centra and sort of say I think she's got a 2-year contract with the Pies, but it'd be pretty handy. I think I could find a way to slot her into our midfield if need be. But yeah, I think North should comfortably have a nice return match to Arden Street and hopefully Garner can put her feet up, maybe Sheila, and have a pleasant watch. And who knows, maybe Garner it'll be interesting to see what she does in the next couple of weeks. Like, does she step into the coaching box and have a look at the game through that lens? So, yeah, hopefully it's a good game on the weekend. I'm positive about what we're able to do and hopefully we stay hungry and like we said, my biggest goal for the team is it's not necessarily how many goals they win by, but I reckon it's sharing the load of the goal spread, making sure that we've got different avenues. And also I think having different centre bouncer tendencies. Like I'd love to see Craven go in for a bit, Sheeran, Amy Smith and Ruby Tripodi has some time on the weekend. So I'd like to see more or different midfielders get a bit of a taste of what it's like in that centre bounce and how they set up the ground. So that's what I'll be looking forward to on the weekend, and I'm looking forward to that. Is it Saturday or Sunday, guys?
It's
When's the
Sunday
match?
again.
Sunday,
Yeah, Sunday.
yeah.
Oh, it's Sunday.
3:05, I think, at Arden Street. So
Beautiful. Nice.
yeah, we've had touch wood. They've had decent weather so far this year. I mean, even the Geelong game, it wasn't as bad as some of the games we're getting last season.
Oh, yeah, we had a bad run, a really bad run.
Yeah, for about 5 or 6 weeks, it was just horrendous. The game in Tassie against Richmond, the Whitten Oval game against Port.
That was like a Wednesday game too, wasn't it? It was Friday 5 o'clock or something rubbish.
Yeah, it was Friday 5 o'clock at Whitten Oval.
Yeah, rubbish.
Yeah, it was a shocking time.
Yeah.
It might have even been earlier. It might have even been 4 o'clock. I don't know. It might have been 5. I can't remember. But
there was only like a few hundred people there. I remember when it was just empty.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah, and I was. That second half. Oh, jeez, that was hard. That third quarter. I don't know what the hell was going on there, but I've never seen anything like it. And I felt sorry for the girls.
Yeah.
But that was the game, Claire, where we got written off because Port Adelaide, I think, kicked 1 goal and we didn't score in the second half or something like that. They said, well, no chance for the flag.
Oh, Dean. Dean. This rabbit hole that you are pulling me to.
I want to go down it.
Look, you know what? Kate McCarthy had some nice things to say about us on the weekend, which was...
Well, how could you not?
No, I think she's trying to put the jinx on. She's definitely trying to moz.
Oh, she's trying to moz now, you reckon?
Yeah, now she's saying, something's wrong if they don't win it. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
She's just setting us up.
Yeah, it's one of those situations, isn't it? Look, I thought it was interesting that her beloved Lions are getting mauled this season, and Hawks are a bit up and down as well. So yeah, I don't put much stock into it. Even when you look at the headlines, it's like, Garner's injury late sours North's win. It's like, can you just write one? Can you just write one?
We kicked. What do we kick? We kicked 12 goals to 0 or 12 to 1.
12 to 1 in that time period. But yeah, okay, great headline, and I get it. It's clickbait, it's rage bait, it's all the different types of stuff. But it's another flag is going to make me feel pretty happy about how the media treats us, and like we said last week, they know internally how good they are. They know their systems, that they know what they've got to do, and hopefully we'll get it done against the Pies on the weekend. It's sort of like a back-to-back, isn't it? We beat the Pies in the grand final, and we'll beat them in Arden Street. Sort of I don't hate that. Things are what the men have been able to do to us over the season. It's kind of nice to get a bit of revenge, I would have thought.
Yeah, we take it.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, at least the men humble us, Claire. We get our ego gets a bit out of control when we talk about the women. So
I know.
At least the men, they just sort of bring it down.
Yeah. I tell you what though, Dean, I'm actually enjoying. I don't know if you've been on X recently, Twitter, but I tell you what, the infighting between the Carlton and everyone wants to leave Carlton or Essendon.
Oh, that's so good. The Essendon.
Yeah, Ridley wants to leave, doesn't he, or something?
They all want to leave, and it's just so nice being a North supporter. You win by 100 points on the weekend, you get a flag, and then infighting between Essendon supporters and Carlton supporters. I'm like, is it my birthday? Is it Christmas?
It's not bad, is it? So I mean, that's a good thing about X, because it can be a bit negative towards our own supporters. So sometimes, but
it's nice when you watch the others implode, and I love the hashtag bring back Hurdy.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Oh God. I'm like, you know what? Focus on Jazzy Garner highlights, guys. It's a better use of your time than trying to bring back Hurdy. But
they got Brad Scott. He's gonna ruin that club. They got Cameron Joyce, the VFL coach or something like that. He actually got a job promotion from getting sacked from Gold Coast in the AFLW. He got a job promotion to the VFL team. So they're doing good things.
It's so frustrating, Dean, because when I told my best mate's an Essendon supporter, she's like, "Oh, you just don't like him because he, left your club." I was like, "No, that's not it. Just watch it for 2 to 5 years, and he'll destroy everything." And was I wrong? No, I'm not. That man, I cannot believe he still has a job. But you know what? Not our circus, not our monkeys. We've won a flag on the weekend, and we'll beat the Pies again at Arden Street. So
life's pretty good.
Life is good, then.
Can't complain about it. That's for sure. On that note, Jacinta, you got any final messages?
No, actually, I don't. I will be there. I hope the weather is nice, so we can watch the girls beat up on Collingwood. That will be good fun.
Yeah, no, that's I certainly hope so. Claire, any final messages for all your fans out there?
Oh yeah, all
Maybe
three
for
of
Brad
them.
Scott.
I was going to say, I'll just say hi to my dad, who's probably listening, one of my one and only fan. Hey, Dad,
Okay.
happy Father's Day.
No,
Actually, it'll be Father's Day for you on the weekend, Dean. Are you looking forward to that?
I don't. To be honest, I don't really celebrate it because I feel like every day is Father's Day. So
okay.
what a
That's
life!
nice.
What a
Yeah,
life!
yeah. So I'm pretty lucky. I've got good kids, so I don't really consider it. Like I don't like things being about me. Get spoiled. So
Okay.
yeah, that's just me, I guess. At the end of the
No,
day, so.
no. We love the humbleness. That's very
Mm.
jazzy.
It's about but when I talk about the women's team, there's no humbleness. It's just like the ego's out of control.
That's
So
your like full ego. Just yeah, I love that.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I think hopefully, what's my prediction the weekend? I reckon Randall's going to get a bag. I think she's due, and hopefully we get like a weird, different Alice O'Loughlin celebration. I don't know.
yeah.
I reckon she's ready to pull out something weird. She's just people on the internet, they've been frustrating me because they've been telling me that she's been playing for free, and I'm like, well, she's not. She's just getting her head chopped off, but okay. But yeah, I hope that she's got to give the crowd, because I reckon she works off the energy of the crowd. So I hope that, I don't know, she does something a bit weird. I wouldn't want a bit of a handstand or a bit of a handshake or something. So that's my prediction for the weekend: a bag for Randall and a weird celebration for Alice O'Loughlin. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yeah, she kicked a nice snap. She missed a couple of easy ones, but no, she's good value.
She's so funny. She's the best.
Yeah, well, I mentioned you when I spoke to her at the airport the other day, and
she's such a don't you reckon she's a bit of a space cadet? Like she does
a space cadet.
Oh, I can't judge her too much after 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh,
she
so funny.
you know what I mean? But even in all, and I mean this, I love this woman. I adore her. But like, don't reckon she comes off as just a bit spacey?
No, I agree. She's out of it, and then it's just funny. It's just so fun.
She's hilarious.
Yeah,
like she's a comedic genius, and she doesn't even know it.
Yeah.
But I just think she comes across as like, when I tried to take a photo with her on the first round, she took 4. Then Eilish Sheeran was like, "Oh, I'll take one," and then she turned to me and she's like, "That's a terrible photo. Never get Eilish to take a photo."
That's it.
She's like, "Here, only upload these ones." I was like, "Oh, okay, Alice."
Okay, yes, boss.
I was like, "Yeah, literally." I was like, "Yes, ma'am."
Yeah.
But no, she's good crack, and I think she's good for team morale and a good person to have at the club. So hopefully we see her pull something out on the weekend.
What did she say? Stay in school, kids, or something like that.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, I remember that. Now, with that, where she's wearing a hat.
The Von Dutch hat and the little bag.
But I love the bag.
The bag is the best. She just, honestly, the fact that she hasn't got a sponsorship yet is outrageous.
Well, hasn't she got one?
Well, I reckon. No, sorry. As in, like, you know how like you can do like what's it called? Bloody Erica O'Shea. She's basically a model with the amount of stuff that she's doing. She's got Louis Vuitton on the slope. She's got Adidas. She's got all the sponsorships. I'm surprised that Alice doesn't have a good like handbag or a hat sponsorship yet, because she'd be so good for the brand.
Oh, definitely. She would definitely advertise it. So
she's a gun.
Oh, we'll have to talk to people about that, Claire, and see if we can work something out with them. It might be a good marketing opportunity for some of these companies.
Absolutely,
that are trying to make it big. It's Claire. Always a pleasure. Thanks so much for coming on. I'll probably chat to you next week.
Yep. See you then.
Jacinta, always a pleasure as well. See if I can get you on next week, depending on your shift work, or if you're going getting Christmas presents from me and Claire. But we'll sort of see what happens. But thanks so much for coming on tonight.
Thank you, Dean. Happy Father's Day.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Jacinta. And thank you to all your listeners as well. I should be back on Thursday. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do yet. Maybe a little bit of a season review with the men's team. Talk about, I'll tell you what, if we get Jake Lever, I'm going to lose my shit. But I'll talk more about the men's team. But until then, bye for now.